get him outside, and they say, "Oh, you were driving this. Your license is expired." And so he called me once they were at the door, and I was already coming to the office to meet him to do some work. It was like at 8 o'clock at night, and I get here, and there's 3 police cars. They kind of bow up when I first walk up, and turns out 2 of the cops were big fans. And I said, "You know, if he was an illegal alien, you wouldn't be arresting him." And he said, "That's right. The judges get mad if we do that. We're encouraged not to." And there have been sheriffs all over the country, one big case in Tennessee, where they would arrest whole 18-wheelers smuggling illegals, and ICE won't come pick them up. There it is. Homeland Security frees 27 illegal immigrants, then sends them back to work. That's Fox News. That was out of Seattle. The Department of Homeland Security freed 27 illegal immigrants arrested during a workplace raid in February and offered them legal work permits, signaling a major departure from the immigration enforcement policy of the Bush administration. And Bush did the same thing. Folks, I could pull up hundreds of these. I remember an AP article, maybe I can pull up the exact article from 3 years ago, and they said, "We know the economy's getting bad, and so we're going to give illegals home loans with no evidence, no paperwork." And how they do it is 3 major banks at the time, Wells Fargo was the first, Vicente Fox came here and gave them an award in Austin. It's in Battle for the Republic, the 17-minute mini film that's an extra on Endgame. I was going to put it in the film, but it didn't fit, so we just made it an extra. It's really informative. And Vicente Fox came and gave Wells Fargo, Warren Buffett, an award and gave the Austin Police Department an award for not following the law and arresting illegals. And Wells Fargo, well, the police got the award for not arresting illegals and leaving them alone. They got an award for being criminals. But they'll throw the book at you, the stupid, dumb American milk cow, whether you're Hispanic, black, white, they don't care. You're the sucker, not the illegals. They're meant to drive down wages, bring down the country into the globalist system. That's in the CFR, Club of Rome's own documents. Professor Pasture talks about it. He's an advocate of it. Said I'd take calls. You see, that's thousands of points here. If I ever start covering news, I'll never even get to your calls. Ever. But he gave the police an award for being criminals and gave them across the country in big cities. Chicago, L.A., but Austin was the smallest city I've seen that gave it to him. And the Calderon gives them awards, too. And he gave Wells Fargo an award because Wells Fargo issues illegals if they have a matricula, a Mexican consulate. Mexico makes their people have real IDs. But in the U.S., they issue, Austin has a consulate, it's called a mission, it's a smaller one, where they just issue for $24 a fake ID. You can go in and get 3 at the same time and get 3 people on welfare, the same person under 3 names, and that's all sent, a lot of it sent to Mexico. Then if you have a consular matricula, Wells Fargo gives them a debit card and a bank account, and then with that, they get a home loan. And AP had bank executives admitting they're doing this when citizens don't get this. You go into your bank, they want 3 forms of ID, thumbprints, you're scum, you're filth, you're trash. But if you're an illegal, you are God. So all the face scanning cameras, license plate readers, it's all for the American people. Homeland Security's for the American people. Luke in North Carolina, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. Just first want to say I love your show, and your movie is phenomenal. And I've been reading over the Global Climate Treaty, and I just find, like, a bunch of words are repeated and just things that aren't, like, making sense to me. And I was wondering if you could, like, clarify. Like,
sure, I have the treaty or parts of it somewhere right here in front of me. Go ahead.
All right, well...
there's Business Week, embracing illegals. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. The section of the RED system with, like, capacity building, and it talks about, like, NAMA, like incorporating NAMA to, like, parties and everything.
Sir,
like,
it's a 1,000+ page treaty. I've only scanned over it where it says government and calls for global governance. I'm trying to find it, some of the key sections. But, yeah, it's like NAFTA was a wheelbarrow, tens of thousands of, more than 14,000 pages long. It was not free or fair trade. It was a giant ripoff and tax exemptions for companies that leave the U.S. And this carbon thing is where all the big companies are exempt, all the middle size and small, and our homes, the bureaucrats are going to gang rape us financially. That's all it is.
And what about NAMA?
Well, I don't have the treaty in front of me. Tell me about it.
It's a bill that's incorporated into it. It's like a separate bill from, it's from the...
So you're talking about an 1,100-page document.
It's like it's a bill. It's Proposal for National Asset Management Agency bill within it, and it says, like, they'll incorporate it as soon as the treaty is signed.
Yes, they're passing a flotilla of bills in Congress on carbon tax, on banking regulations. This is global government. In this set of treaties, the nation states are passing, that's what I've been saying all week, passing laws to get in line to plug into the global government. They're going to track everything you buy, sell, do, companies, the new banking regulations. You hear Obama calls it bailout 2, stimulus 2. That allows banks to regulate all private businesses. It's global government, sir. They admit it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just, they're showing it now. That's exactly what this bill says they want to do.
Well, listen, I can't read the whole thing and do everything I'm doing. We've had guests on about it. I've scanned over it. Every page is a nightmare. Folks, do your own analysis. Break it down. Write articles for it. Send it to writers@infowars.com or Kurt@infowars.com or Aaron@infowars.com. We're posting more and more reader information. I know you have a lot of smart people out there. I can't keep... That's what I'm saying, folks. They're hitting us from every side. The total world government with no freedom, no liberty is being set up right now, Luke.
What? I'm just scared because they're just showing us now what they want to do and what they're going to do.
Sir, you can Google New World Order. Thousands of mainstream news articles admitting exactly what it is.